Hi guys, welcome back to my Using a Calculator series, part 5. So on this video what I wanted to concentrate on was statistics, and quite a big part of the GCSE, Maths GCSE, is working out things to do with data. So for example, mean, median, mode, range and things like that. So let's say for example you've got a question and you have a table like this. You have something that you were looking at for the data. So in this case it's number of eggs, and you have a frequency. So I wanted to show you how you can use your calculator to just speed up the process of finding the things that it's asking for, like the mean, range, mode, median. Your calculator, if you've got one of these calculators, will do it for you, and it saves you a lot of time. So I'm not going to go too much into it, but you need to remember certain things like, the sum of fx over the sum of f, and you have to do all of those calculations by hand. Now I'm not saying you shouldn't show any working out, but what I'm saying is the calculator will help you to check your answers are correct, alright? Because quite a lot of working out means that there's lots of space for error in your working out. So with these kind of questions, what you'd have to do is multiply the numbers, and then you'd have to add it all up, and all of those things mean that it's potential for you to make mistakes. Not saying that you will, but just saying that it's easy to. So I'm going to show you how to use the calculator to just work it out for you. Okay, so this is quite a good little hack here. Alright, so we've had a look at this calculator quite a lot now, and we know that if we press the home button we get this menu here. So we're going to look at the statistics one here. So we'll move across, press OK, and then we get this option, one variable, two variable. We just want to look at one variable. The variable that we've got is the x, so we're going to press EXE on that one. And what we get here, I'm just going to zoom in, we get a table. So we're going to fill in our table so that it has the same data that we've got in our question. So if I move over to the table that we've got, so we're going to fill it in like this. So x is going to be 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then frequency is the same, 3, 6, 5, 2. Okay, so we're going to put it in like this. Now we've got numbers here which I just want you to just ignore, because that's just the line in the table, if you like. Okay, so the first line has got 4 in our number of eggs, our x, so we're going to just put it in and it moves down like that. It will fill in 1 for the frequency, but we're going to change that in a minute. So number 2, 5, 6, 7, like that. Okay, so now I'm going to go across and I'm going to go back up to the first line. So because I pressed that button by mistake, if I use this undo button, which is just here, this is quite useful for that. It just took me straight back in. Okay, so if I go here, I'm going to put the number, the frequency I actually want. So that's 3 for that one. Was it 6, 5, and then 2 for the last one. Double check all my numbers are the same and what I wanted. So just double check that. 3, 6, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, so I'm happy with that. Now all I've got to do is press OK, and it gives me this choice. Alright, I'm going to want the results from that, so I'm going to press OK again. And what it does, the calculator, is it just works out all the things. So what you've got to know is what these things are. So this symbol here, which is X bar, that means mean. Okay, so the very top one is the mean value. In fact, I'm just going to move over a little bit here. So the very first value that you're given is the mean. Okay, so now we've got that value. So that's 5. So our mean value is worked out already. So it's 5.375. Now, in the exam, when you're working, or showing you're working out, as I mentioned before, you need to use this formula to work out the mean. So let's see if the calculator has given us that one anywhere. So if we scroll down, we get a lot of different values, median, and so on. Right, so it gives us the sum of x, which is the sum of yeah, it does give us the sum of x in this case is actually our sum of fx value, because that is what it is if you work it out. So the sum of fx, the calculator gives it, it tells you it's that, but it's actually the total of the numbers multiplied together. And then we don't need the sum of x squared, we don't need anything else. What do we need? We need n. So n is the sum of the frequency, that's the total frequency, right? And that would be the number to divide by, so that's that one. So in our working out, what we're going to do is we're going to have those numbers 86 divided by 16, and that is how you work out the mean. So that would be enough to give you the working out mark. So this would be your working out, and the calculator gives you that, and this is your answer. Obviously you'd round that off to whatever rounded to. Now what else do we need to work out? We might be asked to work out the mean, which we've done, the range, so that's nice and easy, but how do we use the calculator? So let's have a look. The calculator, and on the display that we've been given, it gives us a minimum value and a maximum value. I think if we go down, yes, to 7. So obviously the range is just the max, take away the min. So that would give us 3. And what's the mode? Does it give us the mode? Let's see. I think the mode we might have to work out, but it's the easiest one, I think. So the mode would be the greatest frequency. The mode would be the greatest frequency. The mode would be 5 because it's got a greatest frequency of 6. So the median possibly is the second most complicated to do, and it actually gives you that one. See how it says med there? So median is 5. It also gives you the first quartile, the third quartile. It gives you lots of info, right? So it gives you the median. It gives you, so you can check whether you've got it right here. Your calculator has the ability to just give you everything already done. So it's quite useful in this sort of situation for just checking your answers. Okay, guys?